That's Jake G doing that? Oh,
yeah,
my bad.
yeah, it is.
When you play a team that is sitting four starters, like on a given night, like, it can be hard to stay focused, but obviously you have more to play for. Was that something that you were trying to do consciously, though, is make sure your guys stayed locked in, even though it wasn't like the normal Nuggets?
I mean, I think that's part of it. We knew, that they had a lot of their main guys out. But in the NBA, over my career, I've learned that those are the most dangerous nights. You come out there thinking it's going to be an easy game. And that's why you respect your opponents, because guys are hungry. You got a lot of guys out there who want to stay in the league and are trying to show that they can play. And a lot of them are here for a reason. So just because they might be, at the end of the bench, they're playing behind great players, but that doesn't mean that they can't come in and play. But tonight, they did what they were supposed to do. They competed hard, and they made it a tough game for us. And for us, I thought we just, we did what we needed to do. And some people might say, oh, they didn't play anybody. But for us, we're not going to apologize for a win. We're here to just get it done. And, teams have lost those games, and I'm just happy we was able to pull ours out.
The next question is coming from Casey Holdall with Trailblazers.com.
Damian, obviously you've played fairly well throughout the entire time in Orlando, but tonight it seems like you came out earlier maybe than you had been in other games and really seemed to put your stamp on the game. Was that something you tried to do? Because I know a lot of times you kind of let the game come to you a little bit, and also particularly your rhythm from three. It seemed like tonight you were just dialed in right from the start. I'm curious if you felt any different or if you felt like your rhythm had locked in after those first three games.
No, in the first few games, the ball I thought was coming off my hands really well. I just wasn't making it. I think it was like just timing and the fact that we haven't been playing in games. Like a lot of live action, it just takes time. But it felt good, and I knew eventually it would click, and the ball would just go in, and it would feel great. But even more so tonight, I just wanted to come out and try to set the tone, aggressively, and just assert myself, because I understand that, they had guys out and it could be a game that we come out and take for granted, thinking that it was just going to be a game we come out here and win. And I wanted to come out and be present, and show, I don't care who's out here on the court. I don't care what we think about who's on the court or any of that. We got to come out here and play like everybody's out here, because it means more to us than it means to them. And that was my mentality.
The next question is coming from Dwight James with NBC Sports Northwest.
And Coach talked about you taking on Michael Porter Jr. defensively in the game, especially second half. Can you talk about guarding a guy that much bigger than you? How tough is that? And what was that something you volunteered to do?
Yeah, I mean, we've got 8 games to try to get into the playoffs, and it's not like we're looking at a full 82-game season, so we all got to be committed to that end of the floor. And tonight, I told him, let me guard him. He made a few shots. I fouled him a few times, but he was comfortable, for a little bit, and I just wanted to make him a little bit uncomfortable, be physical, and make him work for it. And, I thought I did a pretty solid job of that.
The next question is coming from Royce Young with ESPN.
Hey, Dame, before the format came out, you had kind of said that all you wanted was a chance. Yeah. And here you guys, 4 games in, you're only half game back in Memphis, and you may there's a chance you may flip it on them and take that 8 seed from them. Is this gone better than what you thought it might, or is this about what you envisioned?
You guys know me pretty well by now, and y'all know that I'm always optimistic, and I always see the best in situations, especially a situation like this. And it was also why I said what I said, months ago, when I said if we don't have a chance to compete for a playoff spot, I don't want to play, because I knew that if we did have a chance to play for a playoff spot, it would look something like it looks right now, because we are a more healthy team. We are more rested, and I knew what our team was doing. Guys was, getting conditioning in, and we stayed in contact. As soon as we opened up our facility, guys were there every day. I knew that once we got here, we would be one of the teams that could take advantage of it. And so far we have.
The next question is coming from Jason Quick with The Athletic.
Hey, Dame, in February, you said that you pulled Gary Trent aside and said, hey, I've never been more proud of a young player. What was it about him that made you proud, and what have you seen since that February chat?
I was just proud of him because when he first came in, he came in as like a big time recruit out of high school. He went to Duke. He ended up being a second round pick. And, I remember when we first picked him, me and him spoke on Twitter, and he was just like, man, they sleeping on me. I'm going to show you. They're going to see. They've been sleeping on me. So he's always had that competitive spirit to him. But when he came into camp, I think he learned that, it's an adjustment. Everybody is good. The length, the speed, everything is different. So it just took time for him to figure it out, on the defensive end, being able to think his way through it and figure it out. And then on the offensive end, figuring out where to find, those spots and opportunities for him to do what he does. And he was having a hard time with it on both ends. And just to see the growth so fast, I don't think I've ever seen it, just click so fast for somebody. And I was proud because I recognized it, and it was super obvious to me. And anytime somebody does that, especially that's young like he is, you should tell them, you should acknowledge that and give him credit for it. And now you see what he's doing for our team, and I think everybody else is seeing the same growth, even on a higher level than I saw it before. So he's been great. He's been great, man.
The next question is coming from Mark Medina with USA Today.
The point you were making earlier about how you team and all that, Brad Stevens was saying the other day there doesn't view you guys like a typical dynasty because you guys had a lot of injuries earlier in the year. You and CJ are doing everything out. How do you view the team and what it can accomplish?
I mean, I don't view us as the team that went to the Western Conference Finals because you are who you've shown to be during the season, and we've been unhealthy. That's true. But we still have a lot of good players, and we haven't played to the level that we need to. But I think now we're starting to trend in the direction of, the kind of basketball team that we want to be. And in this situation, we just getting the opportunity and, taking advantage of it. But like you said, me and CJ, we're proven as a backcourt. Nurk is proven as a center. Melo is a Hall of Fame player. So we got great players on our team. Our coaches do a great job preparing us, and now we got our young talent, guys like Zach and Gary Trent and Ant, just randomly being called in, just prepared. They're prepared and they're ready to come in and help the team. So like I said, we're just trending and building into the direction that we want to be.
We've got time for one more. It's coming from Aaron Fentress with the Oregonian.
Hey, Damian, I know you've believed in Trent this whole time and that you're not necessarily surprised by what he's doing, but he's shooting like 67% from three-point range. Have there been any moments maybe today that you've just said to yourself, damn, is he ever going to miss? I mean, has he at least impressed you a little bit with how on fire he's been?
I'm very impressed. I don't want to seem like I'm not impressed because it seemed like he makes every shot that he shoots. Every time I pass him the ball or he gets the ball and it's going up, I feel like, 100% confident that it's going in, like I'm shooting or something. But on the other end, at some point, you're gonna start missing some shots. I just love his mentality. If he sees a shot, he doesn't turn it down. If he misses one, he thinks he's gonna make the next one. Big moments down the stretch, he'll take it. Early in the game, if it's not going well for our team, he'll take it. So I'm very impressed with his shot making. And how the clip that he's shooting the ball at right now, but I'm more impressed with the fact that he's finding those spots and consistently doing it, in big times in the game.